Okay, yeah, did not expect to do a video today, but screw it. All right, just I need to talk about this. All right, so, yep, two big trailers come out for games that I frickin' loved. Okay, we got a sequel to the PS4 Spider-Man game, which came out in 2018, and another Resident Evil game, except this is not a remake of either 2 or 3. It is Resident Evil 8, also known as The Village. Starting with Spider-Man, I was just. I didn't know what to think. At first, I thought I was being trolled or something, because I was like, PS5 Spider-Man game so soon? The game came out last year. There's no way they would already have a trailer set up for that. And I was wrong. It is a trailer for a new Spider-Man game that is a direct sequel to the 2018 game, and this will be focusing on Miles Morales. And yeah, just from the cutscenes and the small amount of gameplay that we did see, it looks great. It also looks like this will be a Christmas story, or at least this will take place around the holiday season, which makes sense, since apparently the game will be released somewhere around the holiday season, so it's on my Christmas list. And also, I guess this would be one of the few superhero games that actually also takes place in it, since we also did get that for Arkham Origins, so I do really hope it is better than Arkham Origins. I didn't hate Arkham Origins, but it definitely could have been better. As for villains, well, we know that Morbius is, already in talks of being in there. Apparently they really want to bring that character there, plus his movie's coming out, and they really want to milk that money, despite the fact that oh man, a lot of people do not have confidence in that film. As for other villains that I would like to see personally, obviously I want to see Prowler. To be clear, Uncle Aaron, since Aaron is a big part of Miles' comic series. He was in the comics. He was the reason Miles got bit by the spider, and he was kind of his mentor, and then later his enemy. And now in comics, he's more like his very just unpredictable ally, since Aaron he cares for his family, but yeah, it's kind of hard to get out of that life. We also get a character who, and it looks like this part's a cutscene, and that's kind of and I think this was a Prowler scene where Miles is looking at someone and a weapon is materializing from their hand. I do think that was Aaron, so I think that would be kind of cool if it was. Another villain I want to see, Sandman. He was teased in the previous game if you do the backpack mission, and I feel like there could be some really cool levels with Sandman, since obviously with his powers he can really mess with the environment. Kind of like what they did with the Shocker fights, except go even crazier. Or hell, to compare it to another Sandman boss fight, the boss fight we had in Shattered Dimensions, which Shattered Dimensions is not a great game, but I will admit I did dig the Sandman level. Another villain we might be seeing, some fans have been saying that we might get Tarantula, which I think is only because they did confirm that he is a thing in this universe with the Spider-Geddon tie-in comic, but I don't know if they'll actually do it. If he does shows up, it's probably going to be like some sort of side mission, similar to the Shocker stuff. Oh man, it looks so cool. Obviously, we're gonna get Green Goblin and Venom because, well, Green Goblin was teased heavily in the in the Oscorp level, and Venom because of the end credit scene. Though obviously this will be a very different Venom because it's not gonna be Eddie Brock. It's gonna be Harry Osborn, as it seems, and with Miles showing up and him fighting Venom. Oh boy, if you read the Venom War storyline in the Ultimate Comics, you know what this might be leading to. Oh, that's gonna be sad. But yeah, I am also wondering if Peter's gonna be dead or still alive in here, and maybe he's just retired. I'm wondering what this is gonna be all about. I'm hoping they don't kill him off, because I do want to continue Peter's story of him growing up, because that's one thing I loved about the PS4 game, or one of the things I loved about it, is that Peter really had to grow up and develop more as an adult. he's already lost Aunt May. He's pursuing a relationship, and he is now a mentor to Miles. So it'd be kind of cool to have it where him and MJ maybe want to settle down, or maybe Peter gets hurt, and maybe the third game is Miles training Mayday Parker, which would be really awesome. Or maybe the next game will be like Renew Your Vows afterwards. Either way, those would be fun to do. Now, as for Resident Evil 7 8, The Village, it is very interesting because just like Resident Evil 7, where it is combining Resident Evil with a certain subgenre of horror, that being the horrifying moments of the cabin in the woods, Evil Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre thing, which it definitely felt more like Texas Chainsaw Massacre than anything, though there were some cool Evil Dead references, especially with the boss fight with Jack, the second boss fight. But yeah, this one though will be combining elements of Grimm fairy tales, which that is perfect. If you've looked up or read the stories of the Brothers Grimm, they are some terrifying freaking stories. Hell, I'm kind of disappointed that we don't get that many, good horror films that, really capture the feel of what those stories were really like. I mean, sure, we've had attempts, but a lot of them are either just kind of okay or really bad, or they're good, but unfortunately they're very, very underrated and very hard to find. So, there's that. But yeah, the gameplay, looks pretty cool with what we did get to see. The game mechanic is going to be first person, so that'll be awesome. It looks like the main character is also going to be a civilian and not, a member of this new umbrella. So, that might be neat. I am wondering, though, of how they're going to come about this because, from what you can see in the trailer, that similar to the Outlast sequel, this is going to be people. We're going to be focusing on a village of people who will be under the belief that their village is cursed and witches are involved. So I'm wondering how they're going to do this. My guess is that because in the trailer we do see this, really creepy group of women who I'm guessing is going to be like this coven, surrounding you, and I'm guessing this. And I could be wrong, but I think that those women are gonna be like this, gonna be like this group who were an actual coven and stuff. They performed a ritual in an area in the woods that was maybe contaminated with like some serious chemicals, and they wound up becoming like these monsters and stuff. And they thought that the demon we summoned granted us like eternal life and great power and stuff. So they started like infecting people and turning them into like monsters, including the kick-assness that is a werewolf in Resident Evil, which, yes, I freaking love werewolves, so that's fun. So I'm wondering how that's gonna go. And obviously we're gonna get different boss fights with them. I really do hope that these villains are going to be good because, come on, it's really hard to top the Bakers. I think they were probably one of the best new additions to the Resident Evil franchise, so hopefully this coven can hold up. But yeah, I'm excited. Like, share, subscribe, be safe out there. And yeah, tell me what you guys thought of these two new trailers.